if all three entities don't agree to changes, they're not gonna be changed, it is gonna be the way it is. Other than we're gonna have service contracts.
Yes.
Well, we do have to have contracts.
Yeah, you gotta have a service contract, but as far as the articles of incorporation go, they're working fine. You got a simple majority on everything, yes or no?
If the various entities think they're working fine, then one of them at least will probably not wanna change them, and they won't get changed. But that's gonna be up to them. They may feel it's in their best interest to make some changes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for them to decide. We're just coming up with language.
Yeah.
So Mike, how do you write a service contract that is acceptable, that doesn't touch on the Articles of Incorporation and is legal? And we were told from the start that you couldn't make changes to the Articles of Incorporation. In essence, it would change the Articles of Incorporation inside that contract.
You can't contradict the Articles of Incorporation.
Okay.
And you can't, but you can augment them in a contractual arrangement. You can also provide interpretations of ambiguous sections for clarity, and that, in other words, the parties who are party to the contract agree that that is the way they will interpret that. And like I said, they can also augment. They can add things, as long as they don't contradict the Articles of Incorporation.
So that would be a way of getting around and having these contracts signed with no input by the village. Is that correct?
Actually, the village has been there, and they're certainly welcome. But at some point, it is the townships and the Omesa board who are the parties to the contract.
Yes, but that was my point earlier.
Remember that everybody in the village votes for all three people on the Ovid Township board, as well as the village.
All four. Yeah.
Yeah, they got four. They get to vote in 2 elections, in effect 4 seats on the Omesa board. Everybody else just gets to effect 3 seats with their votes.
But the village should be involved.
Let's have one more question from Everett, and then we're gonna.
I just got a real quick.
Lynn.
Oh.
I mean, I want Lynn.
Which one?
Lynn, do you have anything to add or detract for this?
Well, let me just add, Mike has done a really good summary on this. We have been working to put together this agreement, and I think we're really very close to the agreement. We also have been working real hard on the Articles of Incorporation to get a meeting of the minds among all entities, and there's certainly due consideration being given to the village, and the village has had strong input on this. And that is what the attempt is to have all 3 legal entities have a common meeting of the minds so we can have an agreement, emergency services agreement, that is a long-term agreement that, again, the village, Ovid Township, Middlebury Township agrees to. And also, we're seeing in these articles that we can improve them, by the way. That's become a realization, and to give protection for everybody. So we are moving forward. We're developing the language, I'm optimistic. Mike has characterized the process very well, and if in fact, I'm with Mike. There are some things in those articles that should be changed, and they would actually protect the village. But if the articles can't be changed, we could live with them. And we would have the ability in the emergency services agreement to address some of those concerns. And like Mike said, we augment the articles. We'd explain the articles and just add to it. So other than that, I have nothing further, Tony. And Richard.
Let's draw it to a close. I didn't intend this to be any kind of a one-sided discussion tonight. Mr. Brown is on vacation this week. And I suppose the Ovid Township Attorney would be here anyway, but I just wanted a status report of where we are. We're not going to sit around and this and that and the other thing, and there's no way that we wanted to put down Ovid Township's position at all, because we've been negotiating and we are making some progress. So, is there any more discussion from the board on any matter this evening?
We got one more thing to do.
Excuse me. Yes. Jenny Klein, did she leave? She did. She did. Okay. She's been on probation, if you want to call it that, as interim treasurer for 3 months, and we said that we would, after that, put it up for a vote. And I wanna throw that out to the board right at this time. I would like a motion, we've been working with her now, and I would like a motion to approve her as our permanent treasurer. We had, she came in, she has a good handle on computer work. We did have Carol Demas come in for a couple, 3 times, I guess, and help her to get familiarized with the system. And if we get this, one of the problems on our financial report is that she can't get into the online banking part of it because she's not trained in it, and in order to get trained in it, she has to be on the computer. Fifth Third training late person is in Grand Rapids, so they wanted to do it over the phone. We didn't have a phone in here, and she didn't want to use her cell phone, which wouldn't last that long anyway. So we did get a phone put in yesterday. It's an extension line of the 5707 number that's in the chief's office, and so it'll ring in here. So we'll look into now getting her trained for the online work and get some of these reports a little more readable and some other things. There was a request that we have a financial statement that we can publish each month, and I think that's a good idea. And trying to incorporate our balance on hand, our cash monies on hand into the report that can be printed and show it all on one page. It's kind of hard to do, but we're working on it. So I would entertain a motion.
I do. I
to
approve
do that.
it. So I'll second it.
Complete your motion, please.
We moved to, it's his motion, let him do it.
Okay,
To approve
Jenny
Jenny Klein as Omesa treasurer.
okay,
And there was a support.
So second.
yeah,
All
I
right.
just wanted to support, I mean,
Yeah,
the motion to get out there. So
Any,
not,
any further discussion?
If I can say something, I've been working with Jenny and Captain Brown has, and she's really easy to get along with. She's been doing a great job, in my opinion, and I'm sure Eric's too, so.
Good.
Really easy to get along with, just so you guys know that,
Good.
before you go.
Okay, appreciate that. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor of approving Jenny as our treasurer, say aye.
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 Opposed, the same. No. She is hired. Thank you very much. And we've talked with the audit company, Demas and Wenslick, and they're ready to go whenever she's ready to go. So we're going to be starting on that before too long. I would, at this time, like to rescind a motion to rescind the motion we made about the billing for fire calls. I move that we rescind that motion, and then I've got a motion to replace it.
Need a second? I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Carried. I would make this other motion then that our treasurer do the billing for fire runs, and that the second notice would be sent in 45 days, and then send it to Ann Arbor Credit Collection Agency after 6 months of non-payment from the original billing day. That sounds logical. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Thank you. I have no other business. Any board member have any business? Not. I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved and support to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you everybody for coming tonight.